that start to add up, and you start to be aware of yourself. So there's nobody around to criticize you, so you can criticize yourself, but in a more positive manner. So, for example, if you're an alcoholic, you spend a lot of time alone. A lot of people that are alone are alcoholics. But if you stop trying to distract yourself with alcohol for a little while, just take a week off. Or not only alcohol or any kind of drug or anything. Take a week off or more, get through the withdrawal effects, and suddenly you start to see the behavior. And you don't need a psychedelic to do that. You don't need a therapist. You just need to spend time alone and learn to think. Learn to think about thinking. It's called introspection. And once you're able to master that, once you're able to see things about yourself that you weren't able to see before because you were distracted, you can start making changes, positive changes in your life. For example, for me, I just wasn't I was very emotional. I would, every time something bad happened, I would get on Facebook and I would just complain because I had nobody else to complain to. A lot of times I might have been, at my parents' house or something when I was younger, and no ride, no vehicle, nobody I could go to complain. So I'd get on Facebook and I'd just complain. I'd whine. And people would see that. And there was a lack of social intelligence that came with that. Maybe even bordering on like autism or something. There's just a super lack of social awareness. But after spending a lot of time alone, it's like I started noticing that better. And it's weird. Maybe it's also just age, but I noticed, how I looked because I was thinking about it. I was noticing it more and being aware of myself, having self-awareness, having consciousness. And, when you want to improve your life, do great things, it's not so bad of a thing for you to spend a little time alone. Take a week off, go on vacation, get a cabin in the woods. You're going to learn a lot about yourself. Don't take your cell phone, or if you do, just keep it around for emergencies or something. Because social media counts as not being alone in this sense, because you want to not be distracted. You want to be able to focus on you, be introspective. And it might hurt. It might suck a little bit to see yourself through that without any kind of veil, without somebody saying, no, you're okay. Without somebody making up, what's the word? Without somebody else making excuses for you. Because a lot of people do that. People that care about you will tell you, no, you're all right. You're not an alcoholic. You're not, people don't hate you. Everybody loves you. And in a lot of ways that's good, but it prevents you from seeing the truth a lot of times. And we want to see the truth. We want to know the truth about ourselves and about the people around us and about how the people around us perceive us. And spending a lot of time alone has helped me grow in that way. It's helped me become more emotionally controlled and socially, like having some social intelligence. So I always recommend people don't feel bad for being alone. It's actually an opportunity that a lot of people don't get because they're constantly around tons of people, in relationships. A lot of people can't stand to not be in a relationship. A lot of people can't stand to not be right by their parents. They can't stand to think for themselves, make choices, start a business, do things that a lot of people just don't do because it's scary. Take responsibility. And that's what I'm talking about. Being alone is taking responsibility for yourself and your mental state. It's taking responsibility for your personality, your self-improvement, and being able to grow as a person is about taking responsibility. It's not relying on somebody else to tell you what to do or how to think or how to act. And it's not relying on somebody else to make you aware when you're acting dumb. You have that ability yourself. You just have to think without distraction. And you don't always have to be alone, as in live alone in the woods. You can just take some time out of every day to sit and meditate without any distractions. You go to the park or something. It doesn't have to be a lifestyle of being alone, but spending a little time to be introspective is really important. And I think it could benefit so many more people out there. It's like I said, it's a superpower when you use it correctly. So try it. Don't be afraid to be alone. Get out there and start thinking about how you're acting. Thinking about where you're going in life, what you really want, without somebody else putting their input in. It's a wonder that more people don't do this, or that we're so afraid of it. But maybe we're afraid of it because we're getting answers we don't want to hear. Just listening, just sitting and listening, you'll start getting so many insights that you never thought about, and that can help you in a lot of ways. Help you more than a therapist or, like I said, a lot of people use psychedelics. So try it, give it a shot. Go out in the woods and just sit and think. You can do it, and it's one of the easiest things you can do to learn more about yourself. Check it out. It's like a Ghostbusters ambulance. Just walking out here in the woods in a junkyard. Good place to think. Thinking about old times and how everything ages. Everything goes away. It's made and then it rusts and goes into the ground like everything else. See what I mean? There's always something to think about. But if there's somebody with you, you'd be focused on them. I'd be focused on somebody else sitting here trying to impress them or make sure that they're happy or comfortable. Being able to think on your own while somebody else is around, that is also a skill. So that's all I want to talk about today. Just remember, being alone is fine. There's nothing wrong with you. In fact, it's an opportunity to change yourself, to look inwards in a way that you can't with everybody around bugging you all the time. So think about it. If you guys want to hear more insights like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I got more content coming for you. I hope you guys enjoy this and get some kind of value, because that's all I hope.